हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते गुरुपवनपुरेशाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो भगवते कृष्णाय। सप्तमं दशकं. We started seeing the seventh dashakam. It's a manifestation of Lord Brahma and Brahma's attainment of vision of Vaikuntham is the content of the manifestation of Brahma, and his vision of Vaikuntha Loka form the content of the seventh dashakam. Evam deva chaturdash jagad चतुर्दशात्मक जगद्रूपेण एवं देव चतुर्दशात्मक जगद्रूपेण जातः पुनः तस्योर्ध्वं खलु सत्यलोकनिलये जातोऽसि धाता स्वयं। तस्योर्ध्वं खलु सत्यलोकनिलये जातोऽसि धाता स्वयं। यं शंसन्ति हिरण्यगर्भमखिलत्रैलोक्यजीवात्मकम् यं शंसन्ति हिरण्यगर्भमखिलत्रैलोक्यजीवात्मकम् यो भूत्स्फीतरजो विकारविकसन्नाना सिसृक्षारसः यो भूत्स्फीतरजो विकारविकसन्नाना सिसृक्षारसः। So here Bhattadriji says, so in the previous dashakam, the previous two dashakams, dashakam 5 and dashakam 6, in two dashakams, Bhattadriji presented how Bhagavan alone manifested as the gross universe. Then he presented this in the previous dashakam, he really gave us the Vishwarupa Darshanam of Bhagavan. The whole cosmos is nothing but Bhagavan. The entire universe of 14 worlds, they form Bhagavan's complete form. We saw that in the previous dashakam. Now, Bhattadriji says, Evam Deva, O Lord, Chaturdasha Jagad Rupena Jataha. You alone appeared as, Jataha means, literally means born. You alone appeared, Deva, having appeared, you alone appeared in the form of the universe of 14 worlds. Again, Tasya Urdhvam Khalu Satyalokanalaye. Of all those 14 lokas, highest of the world is Satyaloka. In Satyaloka Nilaye, Swayam Dhata Jata Asi. So not only you appeared as the 14 worlds, Now, of all the 14 worlds, the topmost, the highest of the 14 worlds is Satyalokaha. And you yourself manifest as Brahma, Dhata in that 14th world known as Satyalokaha. Now, who is Brahma? Samashti Ahankaraha. The Samashti Ahankaraha means the total self, the totality of essence manifested in Satyaloka, he says. As Brahma, you will manifest as Brahma. So, which means Bhattacharya already makes it very clear that Dhata Brahma is non-different from Bhagavan. Brahma is none other than appearance of Lord Vishnu only. Bhagavan, only Lord alone. So, Swayame Dhata Jata Asi. You alone appeared as, you alone have become Dhata. Then he says, but Dhata Asi, because it's a present tense, I said, you alone have become Brahmaji. Bhattacharya is telling Guruvarappa. Then Yam Shamsanti Hiranyagarbham Akhila Trailokya Jivatmakam. The only, the total self, total self, total Ahankara of the entire, all three worlds. Akhila Trailokya Jivatmakam Hiranyagarbham Shamsanti. Guruvarappa, you who alone appeared as Dhata Brahma, and that you alone, you who are in the form of Brahma alone, whom the scriptures and the wise people, all rishis, glorify, praise as Hiranyagarbha, the only self of the entirety of three worlds. Akila Trailokya Jivatmakam Hiranyagarbham Shamsanti. This scriptures glorify Dhata as Hiranyagarbha. Then Yaha Abhod Spita Rajo Vikara Vikasan Nana Sisuksharasaha. It is this you who appear as Hiranyagarbha, is Hiranyagarbha alone. What happened then? Spita Rajo Vikara Vikasan. Again, because of the predominance of Rajaha, Rajo Vikara Vikasan means as the one with the predominance of Rajas, Spita, the word Spita has many meanings. So here you take it as the predominance. So as the predominance of the Rajas, Rajoguna, what happened? Nana Sasuksha you, that Brahmaji, you who were Brahmaji, alone had what? The desire for creating. Desire for creating the world of various beings. Nana Sisruksharasaha Abhut. It is his Brahma. You who appeared as Brahma, alone later on became the one who was desirous of creating various, the world of various beings. Nana Sisruksharasaha Abhut. Srashtum Icha Sisruksha. Sisruksha Rasaha. Desire. Rasaha means desire, wish. The one who had. The one who had. Sisruksha Rasaha. So Bhattacharya now says, the desire to create the world of many beings was possible because there was Hiranyagarbha. And Hiranyagarbha himself was another than Bhagavan. Therefore, there's nothing which is separate from Bhagavan. Every step we have to see, nothing which is separate from Bhagavan. Hiranyagarbha also is non-separate from Bhagavan. We move on to the next verse. Soyam Vishwa Visargadatta Hridaya Sampashyamana Swayam. Soyam Vishwa Visargadatta Hridaya Sampashyamana Swayam. Bodham Khalvanavapya Vishwa Vishayam. Chinta Kulastasthevan. Bodham Khalvanavapya Vishwa Vishayam. Chinta Kulastasthevan. Tavatvam Jagatam Pate Tapatapetyevam hi vaihayasi. Tavatvam jagatam pate tapatapetyevam hi vaihayasim Vani me namasish Vani me namasisravasruti sukham Vani me namasisravasruti sukham Kurvam stapah preranam Kurvam stapah preranam Tavatvam jagatam pate tapatapetyevam hi vaihayasim Vani me namasisravasruti sukham Kurvam stapah preranam Soyam vishva visargadatta hridaya sampashyamana swayam Bodham khalvanavapya vishva vishayam Chintakulastasthhivan Tavatvam jagatam pate tapatapetyevam hi vaihayasim Vani me namasisravasruti sukham kurvam stapah preranam. Now what happened? So Brahmaji had a desire to create varieties of beings, various beings. And Saha ayam Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha. That Brahmaji, Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha. It's a nice compound. The one whose mind was totally given to the function of creating the universe. Vishwa Visargaha means creation of the universe. Datta Hridayaha. Vishwa Visarge Hridayam Dattam Yena. Saha Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha. Lord Brahma, whose mind was totally given to, whose mind was totally focused on creating the universe, whose mind was totally committed to the creating the world, whose mind was totally focused on creating the universe. Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha Saha Brahma, I am. That Bhagavan who alone is now here as Brahma, Saha I am. The two pronouns, Saha, that Bhagavan Guruvarappa, that you who alone became the entire gross universe, that you alone again became Lord Brahma. And now as Brahma, this Brahma, who attention is totally focused on creating the universe, Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha, Swayam Sampashyamanaha Bodham. Bodham here means Bodha is Jnanam, knowledge. Swayam Bodham Sampashyamanaha. So he himself tried. Sampashyamana means Sampashyati means who he himself looks for the means how to create the universe. Swayam Bodham Sampashyati. He himself searched for knowledge how to create the universe. So Bhagavan became manifest. This Brahma, Bhagavan is not Brahma, but Brahma is Bhagavan. Okay? Lord Brahma, another than Bhagavan, non-separate from Bhagavan. His total self, the total cosmic self, cosmic ahankar. This Brahma now, he himself wanted, let us look at it as a story first. Swayam Sampashyamanaha Bodham. Sampashyate. This is Sampashyamanaha. Sampashyamanaha. He was himself searching. Okay, Swayam Sampashyamana, searching for the knowledge, how to create this universe. Then what happened? Khalu Anavapya. But this is Varpa. He was searching for the knowledge of creating the universe, how to create the universe. But what happened when he himself wanted to create the universe, tried to have knowledge how Khalu Anavapya. Avapya, having obtained. Anavapya, not having obtained the knowledge he was searching for creating the universe. For what? Vishwa Vishayam. Vishwa Vishayam Chinta Kulaha Tastivan. This Titavan. Tastivan means Titavan. Chinta Kulaha Tastivan. It means he became really disturbed mentally. Why? Because Vishwa Vishayam Bodham Anavapya. Vishwa Vishayam Bodham Anavapya. So when he tried to find knowledge to create himself the world, so Vishwa Vishayam Bodham Anavapya Kalu. Did he not, Guruvarappa? That's the meaning. The Kalu is actually a tag. Did he not try to find the knowledge to create the world himself? And then he could not find it. Vishwa Vishayam Bodham Anavapya, without having found, without having obtained the knowledge of how to create the universe, then what happened? Chinta Kulaha Tastivan. He became disturbed. Chinta worry, akulaha, filled, overwhelmed. He became overwhelmed with the thought of disturbance. He became disturbed mentally. Chinta akulaha tastivan. Tastivan sthitavan. He remained disturbed mentally because he could not find the knowledge of how to create the universe. Vishwa Vishayam Bodham Anavapya Kalu Chintakulaha Tastivan. Then what happened? Guruvarappa, Tavatvam Jagatampate. Bhattacharya is addressing. You can really see the Sanskrit students who can enjoy the language hereafter. Jagatampate, O Lord of all the 14 worlds, not one Jagat, one world, Jagatam. Jagatampat, not Jagatpatihi, Jagatampatihi. Jagatpatihi is a compound, which means Jagatampatihi. Any world is there here, all the worlds are Bhagavan. O Lord of all the 14 worlds, Jagatampate, Tavat, then what happened? The word Tavat literally means that much. Okay, Tavat, that much, that long. But here you should take it as then. Tavat, Tvam, Jagatampate, O Lord of all the worlds, Tapa, Tapa, Iti, Evam, Tapa Tapet, Evam, Tapa, Tapa, Iti, Tapa. Tapa tapeti gunasandhi first. Then yansandhi comes. Tapa tapa iti gunasandhi. Tapeti evam tapetyevam. Then yansandhi comes. Tapa tapa iti evam hi vaihayasim vanim yenam ashishravaha. And what happened, Guruvarappa? You made him hear. Ashishravaha. Okay? You made him hear. See, Shravayati is the verb. Shravayati, you make other person listen. Shravayati makes other person listen. So you made Brahmaji hear, listen. What? Ashishravaha, Tvam Ashishravaha. You made Lord Brahma listen. What? Yenam Vanim. Yenam Vanim Ashishravaha. You made him listen to these words. Vani means speech. Vani means words. So, Yenam, you made him hear this expression. And how? Vaihayasi. Vihayas means space. How is this? See, Vihayas means space. And anything pertaining to space is called Vaihayas. Okay, Vihayasa Gatihi means flying in the sky. So, Vihayas. Here, Vaihayasim Vani means the aerial sounds. You can say Akashavani. Akashavani means sounds emerging from the sky, emerging from space. It's called Akashavani. So here the words, Guruvarappa, you made him hear the words emerging from space. Vaihayasim Vanim Yenam Ashishravaha. Yenam is objective case of Yeshaha, I am. This Brahmaji, you made this Brahma, you yourself appeared as Brahma and you made him have desire for creating the world and you yourself made him hear these words. Vaihayasim Vanim Yenam, this is Ashishravaha. What are those words? Tapa, tapa, iti. Evam vaihayasim vanim ashishravaha. Tavat tvam jagatampate tvam yenam brahmanam. You made this Brahma. Hear your words emerging from the space, sky. What are those words? Tapa, tapa. Tapa, tapa means may you do penance. May you do penance. Tapa is an imperative verb as tapati, which means may you inquire. The word tapa means, the word tapas has a wide, so many things constitute the word tapas. So many disciplines. Tapa means may you follow the discipline. Which discipline? So many disciplines are there. So involving oneself totally in any one discipline also is called tapas. So commitment to practice any discipline is also called tapas. So here the word tapa means may you inquire, tapa iti evam hi vaihayasim vanim enam ashishravaha. You made him hear those words, aerial words emerging from the sky, saying, may you do penance, may you inquire, And those, how are this word? Shruti Sukham. You made him hear that aerial expression, tapa tapa, Shruti Sukham, which was very pleasant for the ears. Just pleasing the ears. Shruti Sukham. So the Vani, the Vani which was pleasing the ears is called Shruti Sukha Vani. Shruti Sukham Yenam Vanim Ashishravaha. Subjective of Vani only. You made him listen to those aerial words which are very pleasant for hearing, pleasant for the ears, which are pleasing the ears. Shruti Sukham Vanim Ashishravaha. And then what? Kurvam Stapaf Preranam. So tapaha kurvan, okay? Kurvan, tapaha kurvan. Kurvan means performing. Tapaha. So preranam. So tapaha preranam kurvan. Tapa tapa iti vaihayasim enam vanim shruti sukham vanim ashishravaha. Whereby you made him hear these words. Thereby what? You yourself inspired him. Preranam kurvan, tapaha kurvan preranam means you yourself uttered these inspiring words, making him practice the tapas. Saying, may you do tapas, may you do tapas. So Bhagavan himself made Brahmaji practice the tapas, which means may you inquire, that's the meaning. So you yourself made him do the tapas also. Tapaha peranam kurvan, performing the penance. You inspired him to do the tapas, saying, may you do tapas. Next verse. Is it clear? Next verse. Kosau mamavadat pumaniti jala purne jagan mandale dikshu dviksha kimapyanikshitavata vakyarthamutpashyata divyam varsha sahasramatta tapasa tena tvamaradhitaha tasmai darshitavanasi swanilayam tasmai darshitavanasi swanilayam vaikuntamekadbhutam kosau mamavadat pumaniti jala purne jaganmandale kosau mamavadat pumaniti jala purne jaganmandale diksho dvikshya kimapyanikshitavata वाक्यार्थमुत्पश्यता दिक्षोद्वीक्ष्य किमप्यनीक्षितवता वाक्यार्थमुत्पश्यता दिव्यं वर्षसहस्रमाप्ततपसा तेन त्वमाराधितः दिव्यं वर्षसहस्रमाप्ततपसा तेन त्वमाराधितः तस्मै दर्शितवानसि स्वनिलयं वैकुण्ठमेकाद्भुतम् तस्मै दर्शितवानसि स्वनिलयं वैकुण्ठमेकाद्भुतम् कोऽसौ मामवदत् पुमानिति जलापूर्णे जगन्मण्डले दिक्षोद्वीक्ष्य किमप्यनीक्षितवता वाक्यार्थमुत्पश्यता दिव्यं वर्षसहस्रमाप्ततपसा तेन त्वमाराधितः तस्मै दर्शितवानसि स्वनिलयं वैकुण्ठमेकाद्भुतम्. Now, what happened when Brahmaji was searching for the knowledge of how to create the universe? He couldn't find the knowledge. So seeing his seriousness, the Bhagavan himself told him, Bhagavan made him hear his own words emerging from the sky, Akashavani. Then he inspired him to do tapas. Then what happened? Having heard those words, now Brahmaji is searching. Kaha asau? He only heard the words. He only heard the Akashavani and Shruti Sukha Vani. He heard this very pleasing words. Oh, some clue was given to him to do tapas. The tapas will bless him with knowledge how to create the universe. Kaha asau? Kaha asau? Who is this? Who is this? Kaha asau? Mam avadat. Kaha mam avadat. Kaha puman mam avadat. Which person? Who is this person who said to me to do tapas? Kaha puman. Puman means the person. Okay. Puman literally means male person also. Puman means simply the person, the man. Who is this person who told me to do tapas? Kaha asau puman mam avadat iti tas jala purne jagan mandale jala apurne jagan mandale. So diksha udvikshya. So this whole jagat, the entire gross universe already was there. Where was it? Jagan mandale. It was already there. Jalapurne Jagan Mandale, Dikshu Udvikshya. Dikshu Udvikshya. Udvikshate. Udvikshate. The two prefixes. Udvikshate. Udvikshate. Ikshate means sees, looks at. Vikshate also carefully sees. Udvikshate means he sees on all sides. Udvikshate, diksha udvikshate. He diksha udvikshya, having seen on all sides. He was searching for somebody to look at. So diksha udvikshya, in the worlds, in all those, the worlds which remained immersed in the water. Jalapurne Jaganmandale Diksha Udviksha, having looked at in all the directions, seeing, searching for the source of this sound in the worlds. Jagan Mandalam, Jagat means one world. Jagan Mandala means in all the universe of 14 worlds, which remained immersed in the water. In that world, he was searching for on all the directions. Who is this person who spoke to me thus? Kaha asau puman Mam avadat. Iti, thus, searching all over, in all directions. Who is this person in this entire universe of 14 worlds who said to me this? So searching for that person, what happened? He could not see anybody. Kimapi anekshitavan. Okay, ikshitavan, he saw something. Anekshitavan, he did not see anything. Kimapi na ikshitavan. Kimapi Brahma na ikshitavan. Brahma did not see anything. So ikshitavan, he saw. Okay, ikshate, what's the past tense? Ikshitavan. Na ikshitavan, anekshitavan. Okay, he did not see anything. So without having found any answer for his question, who is this person who spoke to me like this? Iti jalapurne jaganmandale kahapuman evam mam avadat. In this entire universe of 14 worlds, who is this person who spoke to me thus? Having looked around in all directions, kimapi anekshitavata. See, kimapi anekshitavan, he did not see anything. Vakyartham utpashyata. So without having seen anybody, without having seen anyone around, by him, by that Brahmaji, by whom nothing was seen. Kimapi anekshitavata. There's a third case of anekshitavan, ikshitavan, nominative. Ikshitavantam, ikshitavata, third case. So anekshitavata, kimapi anekshitavata. So by that Brahma, by whom nothing was seen anything around, vakyartham utpashyata. Vakyartham, tapa, the meaning of the sentence, okay? Meaning of that sentence, meaning of those words, utpashyata, utpashyati, carefully looking into the meaning of the words. Vakyartham utpashyati, kimapi na anekshitavan. Therefore, what happened? He did not see anything. Then he tried to understand the meaning of those words. Tapa. Vakyartham utpashyata, utpashyati, then utpashyan. Utpashyata is the third case again. So as the one who sees the meaning of those words, so as the one who did not see anything, and as the one seeing the meanings of those words, what did he do? Divyam varsham sahasram. Divyam varsha sahasram attatapasa. So all the sentence is in passive voice. Anekshitavata utpashyata divyam varsha sahasram attatapasa. So then Brahmaji performed tapas. How did he perform tapas? Because he understood the meaning of the words uttered by Bhagavan. Vakyartham utpashyan. Okay, having seen the meaning of Bhagavan's words, he understood the meanings. Then he did whatever the words conveyed. Divyam Varsha Sahasram. Varsha Sahasram means Varsha Sahasram means Sahasram Varshani. 1000 years. Varsha Sahasram. 1000 years. And which years? Divyam means Deva Varsham. Now celestial years. Divyam Varsha Sahasram means 1000 years of Lord Brahma. 1000 years of the celestial year. Our year is different from their year. Our year has only 365 days, our days. Brahmaji's 1 year is also having what? 365 days of Brahmaji's days. You know that already I told you. I'll tell you that later on this again. What is 1000 years? So, Divyam Varsha Sahasram, 1000 years, celestial years, he performed penance. So, Attam Tapaha Yena, Saha Atta Tapaha, Atta Tapas. So, by that Brahma, by whom the penance was practiced for 1000 celestial years, by whom the meaning of the words also were understood. That's the meaning. So, kimapi anekshitavata vakyartam utpashyata divyam varsha sahasram at tapasa. Then what happened? He did the penance for 1 year, 1000 years. Afterwards, Dwarapa, tvam aradhitaha tena, you were worshipped. Bhattacharya says, divyam varsha sahasram at tapasa tena tvam aradhitaha. Tvam aradhitaha tena, the simple passive voice sentence. You were worshipped. You were worshipped with the great reverence by him. By whom? By that Brahma who did penance for 1000 years, 1000 celestial years, and who found the meanings of, who performed penance, seeing the meanings of the words you uttered when he could not find anybody around. Is the meaning. So Vakyartam Utpashyata Divyam Varshasahasram At Tapasa Tena Tumaradhitaha. So you were worshipped by that Brahma who performed tapas for 1000 celestial years. Then what happened? So Bastidi first makes it very clear. So he searched all over. He could not find anybody. Who was that person who uttered those words? Then he tried to see the meanings of those sounds he heard. He found the meanings. Thereafter, he did whatever the meaning the words conveyed. So he did tapas for 1000 years. This is how Guru Arappa, you were worshipped by him, performing penance for 1000 years. As a result of the tapas, what happened? Tasmai darshitavan swanilayam tvam darshitavan asi. You have shown him. See, tvam darshitavan, you showed him. Tvam darshitavan asit, you had showed him. Okay, now tvam darshitavan asi. Swanilayam vaikuntham ekadbhutam. Vaikuntham ekadbhutam. The only wonder, the only absolute wonder of Vaikuntha Loka, which is your own abode, Swanilayam, your own abode of the only wonder of Vaikuntha Loka, you showed him. Tasmai darshitavanasi. Tasmai, to him you showed. Little meaning, you showed him your own abode of the only wonderful, only Vaikuntha Loka, the only world of wonder. Swanilayam Vaikuntalok, Vaikuntam Eka Adbhutam, Vaikuntam Ekadbhutam, Swanilayam Tasme Darshitavan Asi. You have showed him. Why? Tenatvam Araditaha. Because you were worshipped by him. By whom? By the one who did penance for 1000, by whom penance was performed for 1000 celestial years. By whom the meaning of the words uttered was seen. By the one by whom none was looked or seen. All the words, all the way, the whole sentence is in passive voice. So, okay, kimapi anekshitavata vakyartam utpashyata divyam vashasahasram at tapasa tena tvam araditaha. So you were worshipped by Lord Brahma. Then you showed him Vaikuntha Lokam. This is the meaning of this verse. So kaha asau puman mam avadat jalapurne jagan mandale. Who is this person who uttered these words to me? Who is this person in these 14 worlds? Iti dikshu dviksha, having looked around, kimapi anekshitavata. He did not see anything. He did not see anyone. Therefore, what happened? Vakyartam utpashyati, utpashyan. Then he tried to understand the meaning of the words, and having understood the meaning of those words, then he performed the penance for 1000 years. This is how you were worshipped by him. Then, as a result of worshipping you for 1000 years, you showed him your absolute, wonderful, only world of Vaikuntha Lokam, your abode. Okay, we move on to the next verse. Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute bhate jagatbhyo bahihi. Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute jate bhate jagatbhyo bahihi shoka krodha vimoha sadhva samukha bhavastu durangataha shoka krodha vimoha sadhva samukha bhavastu durangataha Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute bhate jagatbhyo bahihi shoka krodha vimoha sadhva samukha bhavastu durangataha sandrananda jharicha yatra paramajyotif prakashatmake तत्ते धाम विभावितं विजयते वैकुण्ठरूपं विभो माया यत्र कदापि नो विकुरुते भाते जगद्भ्यो बहिः शोकक्रोधविमोहसाध्वसमुखा भावास्तु दूरङ्गताः सान्द्रानन्दझरी च यत्र परमज्योतिः प्रकाशात्मके तत्ते धाम विभावितं विजयते वैकुण्ठरूपं विभो. So now Vibho, Bhattacharya addresses Bhagavan here as Vibho. The last word is Vibho. So Vibhuhu, Ukaranta Pullinga Shabdaha. So in vocative case, Vibho, Vividam Bhati iti Vibhuhu. Vividam Bhati iti Vibhuhu. So Vividam Rajate iti Virat. So Virat is another word for Vibhuhu. Vibhuhu is another word for Virat. So the one who alone is shining as everything, pervading everything. This is the one two-lettered word, Vibhuhu, means the one who alone shines as everything, pervading everything is Vibhuhu. Vividham bhati iti Vibhuhu. Hey Vibho, O Lord, you who alone shine as everything, pervading everything. Having addressed Bhagavan as Vibho, Bhattacharya says, Dwarapa, te dhama vibhavitam dhama vijayate. Te vibhavitam vaikuntarupam dhama vijayate. Now Bhattacharya says how Bhagavan's Vaikuntha Loka shines. Te, your, te means tava, tat, that Vaikuntha Loka, your abode. Te dhama, your abode, that Vaikuntha Loka, your abode. Vibhavitam, Brahmane vibhavitam. See, vibhavayati means reveals, shows. Vibhavitam shown. That Brahma, that Loka which was shown to Brahma, which was revealed to Brahma. That abode of yours, which was revealed to Brahma, Vijayate shines. What is it? Vaikuntha Rupam. Vaikuntha Rupam. See, Vaikuntha means that which is indestructible, imperishable. Na Vikuntaha. Vaikuntha Rupa means that which is not subject to any destruction. Indestructible world. So that abode of yours, which was revealed to Lord Brahma, shines as that which is, as the Vaikuntha Rupam, as the indestructible Vaikuntha Loka. How Bhagavan's Swarupam is by Vaikuntha Lopam. So that shines, which was revealed to Lord Brahma. Tat te dhama vibhavitam means tasmai brahmane vibhavitam, to that Brahma which was revealed, that Swarupam of yours, that abode of yours shines as an indestructible Vaikuntaloka. Okay, and how does it shine? He says, Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute. So Maya is the very power of Bhagavan. The power of Bhagavan can changes what in the world of material world. But so where Maya does not cause any changes. Yatra, now it's a description of Bhagavan's Vaikuntha Rupam. What is that Bhagavan's indestructible, imperishable, unchangeable abode of Bhagavan? He says, Yatra Maya kadapi no vikurute. Where Maya does not bring out any changes at all. See, the word na, I explained this in the Kena class also. Na vikurute means what? Does not bring out any change. Vikaroti, vikurute. We have two words. So the Ubhyapadi. Vikaroti modifies. Vikurute modifies. Kadapi na vikurute does not modify. Maya, where Maya does not modify. Where Maya does not bring out any changes. But na means does not. No means na plus who. That who not at all. Okay, na means does not. But na who certainly not at all. Where Maya does not bring out any change at all. Next sentence. Yatra Maya na vikurute. Then Jagadbhyaha bahihi bhate. Okay, bhati bhate. See, bha is only one root, second conjugation root, which is bha, shines, bhati, shines, bhate, shines. Katam bhate, here it's because Swarupam of Bhagavan Swarupam. Therefore, Jagadbhyaha bahihi bhate, which is distinct from all the worlds. You see, your own Swarupam alone shines as all the worlds. At the same time, your Swarupam shines being distinct from all the worlds. Jagadbhyaha bahihi bhate. Means, bahihi means what? Not outside. Here we should literally, the word bahihi is indeclinable word, which means outside. But here we should take the word bahihi not as outside, distinct. Dvarpa, your abode, where Maya does not bring out any changes and which shines distinct from all the 14 worlds, which alone shines as all the 14 worlds, at the same time which is distinct from all the 14 worlds. Okay, Vilakshanam, that's what it's a bahihi means, Vilakshanarthaha. Maya bahihi bhate, no, sorry, your Rupam bahihi bhate, Jagadbhyaha bahihi. It's outside of all the worlds. Means distinct from all the worlds, shines distinct from all the worlds. Then what does it mean? Shoka, Krodha, Vimoha, Sadvasamukhaha, Bhavaha tu Durangataha. Beautiful. Bhagavan's Swarupam is said here. Bhagavan's Swarupam is unaffected by Maya and which is distinct from all the worlds, all the created worlds, creations. Therefore, it is absolutely free from all these impurities. Shokaha, Krodaha, Vimohaha, Sadvasa Mukhaha. Okay. See, Mukhaha means Mudaliyana. In Tamil we say Mudaliyana. Okay, etc. That Vaikuntha Rupam, your imperishable, indestructible nature, how is it? Free from Shokaha. See, Shoka, Krodha, Vimoha, Sadvasa Mukhaha, one compound word. You take it as Shokaha, grief, Krodha, anger, Vimohaha, delusion, Sadvasam is another word for fear. Sadvasam means bhayam. Sadvasam is a neutral gender word, bhayam. Sadvasa mukhaha means etc. So where all these impurities such as grief, anger, delusion, fear, etc., etc., bhavaha. Bhavaha means vritti parinamaha. Okay, it's all vritti parinamaha means all these emotions obtaining in the form of thought modifications. Emotions obtaining in form of impurities of thoughts, obtain impurities, emotions obtaining in form of thoughts, all of them are durangataha. So from your rupam, swarupam, they're all far away. Means what? Your Vaikuntha Rupam is absolutely non-reachably far from those, because they have gone far means what? Free from all of them. Bhavaha durangataha means they've gone far away from your form. Means your form is free from. Your form is free from all these emotions, impurities, obtaining of thoughts. Therefore, you are distinct from all the worlds where Maya does not do anything, cannot do any change. Then, Tat Te Dhama. Now, come back to this, okay? One more words here. Sandra Ananda Jhari. And what is Bhagavan's Vaikuntha Rupa means Bhagavan's nature here, Swarupam. Sandra Ananda Jhari. See, Jhari is a beautiful word. Jhari means a small stream. Jhari means river. Okay, river. Literally, it means Jhari means another word for Nadi. But here, Sandra Ananda Jhari means your Vaikuntha Rupam is actually, Sandra also has different meanings. If you take it here as infinite, limitless. Your Gvarpa, your form is a flow of limitless happiness. Limitless happiness. Sandra means infinite, limitless, absolute. The word Sandra should be taken in different context, different meanings. So Sandra Ananda Jhari, this Vaikuntha Rupam is what? Is nothing but a flow of limitless happiness. And yatra paramajyotihi prakashatmake, where paramajyotihi, yatra is relative pronoun, not pronoun, it's a relative expression, yatra where paramajyotihi. Paramajyotihi means light. Paramajyotihi, exalted light, absolute light. What is absolute light? Absolute light is there's no greater light than light of knowledge, consciousness. Therefore, Paramajyoti Prakashatmake, where there is absolute light of consciousness, which is of nature self-revealing, Prakashatmakam, which is in the form of self-revealing. Okay, Tat Te Dhama. So all the words above describe Bhagavan's Dhama. Dhama is a neutral gender word, Dhaman. Means Dhama means light also. Dhama means abode here. Okay, Tat Te Dhama. Kidrusham Dhama Vibhavitam Vijayate Gvarpa. Your abode revealed to Lord Brahma shines. Vaikuntha Rupam, okay, shines as Vaikuntha Rupa. Vaikuntha. What is that? The description of Vaikuntha is what? What is Vaikuntha Rupam? What is that abode which was revealed to Brahma? How was it? Tatte Dhama. Your abode revealed to Brahma is something which is absolutely unaffected by Maya. Therefore, where Maya does not bring about any changes, any modifications. And which is that Dhama is which shines distinct from all the 14 worlds, even though that alone is there in the of all 14 worlds, is distinct from all 14 worlds, and which is absolutely free from all emotions, impurities, obtaining in him of thought modifications in terms of grief, anger, delusion, fear, etc. And not only that, it is of the nature of limitless flow of happiness. and which is essentially of the nature of absolute light of consciousness. Okay, that is where your abode shines. That is how your abode shines. It is Bhagavan, description of Bhagavan's Swarupa. What is Bhagavan's abode? Bhagavan is abode himself. There's no Bhagavan's abode. Bhagavan is very abode of all the 14 worlds, the entire universe of all 14 worlds. And Bhagavan's Swarupam is present as Bhagavan's abode here. There's no Bhagavan's abode. Bhagavan is the very abode. And Bhagavan's Swarupam is Bhagavan's abode. What is this Bhagavan's Swarupam? It's a beautiful. Free from Maya, free from all impurities, and it is of the nature of limitless flow of happiness. It's of the nature of consciousness, the self-revealing consciousness here. Self-evident consciousness. Parama Jyotif Prakashatmake te dhama vibhavitam vijayate. This is the beautiful verse. Maya yatra kadapi no vikurute bhate jagadbhyo bahihi. See, vikurute present tense verb. Bhate present tense verb. Shoka krodha vimoha sadvasamukha bhavastu durangata sandrananda jhari yatra sandrananda jhari cha yatra paramajyotif prakashatmake tatte dhama vibhavitam vijayate vaikuntha rupam vibho. Now, next verse. Yasminnama chaturbhuja harimani shyamavada tatvisho nana bhushana ratna deepita disho rajadvimanalaya. Yasminnama chaturbhuja harimani shyamavada tatvisho nana bhushana Ratnadipita disho rajadvimanalaya bhakti prapta tatha vidhonnata pada divyanti divya janaha tatte dhama nirasta sarva sarva shamalam vaikuntha rupam jayet. Yasmin nama chaturbhuja Harimani Shyamavada Tatvisho Nana Bhoshana Ratna Deepita Disho Rajadvimanalaya Bhakti Prapta Tatha Vidhonnata Pada Divyanti Divya Jana Divyanti Divya Janaha Tatte dhama nirasta sarva shamalam vaikuntha rupam jayet. So here, that's why the whole, what is the topic of this Dashakam? Don't forget, manifestation of Bhagavan as Brahma and revealing Vaikuntham Rupam to Brahma. That is the content of this Dashakam, this chapter. So now, Bhattacharya describes Bhagavan's Vaikuntha, Bhagavan's abode, which was revealed to Brahma. Already seen which sort of Vaikuntham it is. So we will all aspire for Vaikuntha Loka. That's why Vaikuntham is described here. There is Vaikuntha. It is not a Loka. It is Bhagavan's very Swarupam. And if we discover that Bhagavan Swarupam, then you have that loka. If you don't discover, you don't have that loka. Yasmin nama chaturbhuja harimani shyamavada tatvisho nana bhoshana ratna deepita disho rajadvimanalaya bhakti prapta tatha vidhonnata pada divyanti divya janaha tatte dhama nirasta sarvashamalam vaikuntha rupam jayet. Look at the beauty of Bhattacharya's verse teaching here. In the fourth verse, he gave Nirguna Swarupam of Vaikuntha. In the fourth verse. Now he is presenting Saguna Rupam of Bhagavan. Saguna Rupam of Vaikuntha. Okay. How that limitless, the flow of limitless happiness, obtaining in the form of pure light of self-evident consciousness. How is it? Saguna Rupam is discussed in his fifth verse. In that Vaikuntha Loka, now look at Vaikuntha as the Loka, okay, as a world. What is Vaikuntha Loka? Vaikuntha Rupam Jayet. Jayati is a present tense of Jayet is a ling Rupam. Jayet means may that Vaikuntha Loka be victorious, may it shine, may it be glorious, may it be victorious. That is the meaning. Guruvarappa, you may your Vaikuntha Rupam, may that indescribable Swarupam of yours, otherwise said to be Vaikuntha Rupam, may it be victorious, may it be glorious, always. What is that? Yes, minne nama chaturbhujaha. So there, Brahmaji had the vision of Bhagavan. See, these are for Saguna Upasam again. Chaturbhujaha. Chaturbhujaha. So Bhagavan's indestructible Saguna Rupam is what? Is endowed with the four arms, four hands. Chaturbhujaha. Then Hari Mani Shama Vadata Tvishaha. You break it. Hari Mani Shama Vadata Tvishaha. Shama Avadata Tvishaha. Here, Twish means light. Twish means luster, radiance, light. You take it as hue. So Bhagavan, he saw Bhagavan in the Vaikuntha Loka as the one ended with the four arms and with the hue of, Harimanihi. Harimanihi is another word for blue sapphire. Indranilam. Harimani. Harimani, because attractive color blue, the Indranilam. So Harimanihi. Manihi means a precious gem. Harimanihi means the precious gem, the attractive color, precious gem of Indranila, royal blue. So Shyama, it is also very dark, isn't it? Very deep blue, royal blue gem is Harimani's Shyama. Harimani, this royal blue, precious stone, precious gem, which is of deep attractive color. Okay, Bhagavan's, it is Avadata Tvishaha. Varpa, you are that Vaikuntha Rupam having four arms and with the hue of deep royal blue color. The royal blue, deep, dark color of the royal blue stone. With your hue is of that of the royal blue stone. That is the meaning. Harimani Shyama Avadata Tvishaha. Here, Twit Yasya Saha Tvishaha. The one who has that hue, one who has that luster, the glow, means the one who is endowed with the hue of the deep royal blue gem. Then precious stone. Nana Bhushana Ratna Deepita Dishaha. Nana Bhushana Ratna Deepita Dishaha. See, Deepayati means illumines. Deepita illumined. So the Vaikuntha Bhagavan's form is endowed with the four arms, having the hue of deep royal blue precious gem, And what does it do? Nana Bhushna Ratna Deepita Dishaha, which illumines all the Bhagavan's Roop, Vaikunta Rupam illumines all the directions with radiance of various, with the radiance of various ornaments. Nana Bhushana, various ornaments. So Deepayati, Deepita means illumine, which has your Vaikunta Rupam, which illumines all the, by which all the directions are illumined by the radiance of the precious gems of your various ornaments. That is the meaning. Nana Bhushana Ratna Deepita Dishaha. See, Bhagavan is wearing Nana Bhushana. Various ornaments Bhagavan is wearing. And all those ornaments are studded with precious gems. And from those precious gems, the light emanates. And by that light, all the directions are illumined. So Deepita is a past passive participle here. Therefore, Nana Bhoshna Ratna Deepita Dishaha, the one whose various ornaments studded with precious gems, with the luster, illumines, all the directions become illumined. That is the meaning. Nana Bhushna Ratna Deepita Dishaha, Dwarpa, your Vaikunta Rupam, endowed with various ornaments, studded with precious gems, and the luster, the glow, the radiance of which illumines all the directions. Nana Bhushna Deepita Dishaha. Now, first we saw Bhagavan's four hands, and then we saw Bhagavan's complexion. You can imagine, you have to really imagine how beautiful the royal blue looks. The very good quality royal blue stone is so deep, dark blue color, and that shining also. Bhagavan's hue, Bhagavan has that hue. Bhagavan is shining like that. That is the complexion. I prefer the word hue. Then, and Bhagavan wears so many ornaments. And from those ornaments, all those ornaments are studded with precious gems. And from those gems, the radiance comes out. And though that splendor of Bhagavan's, the precious gems studded in Bhagavan's various ornaments, illumine all the directions. For Nana Bhushna Ratna Deepita Dishaha. Bhagavan is wearing so many ornaments. Which illumine all the directions with the radiance. Then Rajat Vimanalayaha. Now that Vaikuntam also has what? Vimanalayaha. That Rajat means shining. Shatru Anta Shabda. Rajati, Rajate, Rajat Vimanalayaha. And that Vaikunta Lokam also shining with many gopurams, many vimanams. They call Yeril car. Okay, many Vimanalayaha. Big domes. The shines with many big domes. Then Bhakti Prapta Tatha Vida Unnata Padaha. Not only that, and it is that place where people who have attained the highest position. Okay, people mukta, Jivan people who attained mukti are the people who attained unnata padaha. Unnata padaha means people who have accomplished the highest end of moksha, and those people also are shining there. Bhakti prapta tatha vida unnata padaha divyanti. It is at Vaikunta Lokam, not only Bhagavan is shining with various ornaments studded with precious gems, the radiance of which illumine all the directions. It also, Vaikuntam is shining with many high, beautiful domes. And not only that, Vaikunta Lokam also shines with the many, and there are many devotees, Bhagavan's ardent devotees who attained moksha through their bhakti, through their devotion. prapta tathavida unnata padaha. So people who attained moksha through their devotion, they also shine there. Te divyanti, people shine. So Vaikunta Lokam has all of them. So those people also shine there. Who are they? Divyaha Janaha. They're all divine because having attained moksha, they become one with Bhagavan. So they all look like Bhagavan. Divyaha Janaha, the divine people who attained moksha through their devotion, who also shine there. And that's such an abode of your words. Tatte dhama, your Vaikunta, which is of this glory, which is of this description. Nirasta sarva shamalam. See, nirasta sarva shamalam. Absolutely. Nirasta means free from, devoid of. Shamalaha means papam. Nirasta sarva shamalam. Absolutely free from all forms of papam, sins. Absolutely untainted by any sins. Free from all sins. Devoid of all sins. Nirasta sarva shamalam. Vaikuntarupam Jayet. It's a beautiful Saguna description of Vaikuntam here. These are Nirgunam of Vaikuntam on previous verse. May such an abode of yours, your Vaikuntam, your abode in the form of Vaikuntam, which is of this description, may it be ever victorious. Jayet. So Kidrusham Vaikunta Rupam Jayet. Okay, which sort of Vaikunta should shine? This is the beautiful description. Vaikunta Rupam Dhama, whereby your abode, which is free, absolutely free from all sins, which is untainted by any all sins, which is in the form of Vaikunta, be victorious. What is it, Vaikunta? What is it your abode? Your abode. Now, where you are with 4 arms, you are shining you with your hue of deep blue, royal blue gem, and where you and which illumines all the directions, the radiance of the gems studded in the various ornaments you wear. And your Vaikuntam having all the beautiful domes, and where many devotees who attain moksha through devotion, the divine people, divyaha janaha, bhakti prapta tathavida unnata padaha divyaha janaha divyanti. Tat te dhama, that abode of yours in the form of Vaikuntam, may it be victorious, may it shine. This is the meaning of the verse. Yasminnama chaturbhuja harimanisyama vadathatvisho nana bhushana ratna dipita disho rajadvimanalayaha bhakti prapta tatha vidhonnata pada divyanti divya janaha tatte dhama nirasta sarvashamalam vaikuntam Panjayet. Nana divya vadhu janairabhivrita vidyullata tulyaya vishvonmadana hridya gatralataya vidyotita shantara त्वत्पादाम्बुज सौरभैक कुतुका लक्ष्मी स्वयं लक्ष्यते यस्मिन् विस्मयनीय दिव्य विभवं तत्ते पदं देहि मे नाना दिव्य वधू जनैरभिवृता विद्युल्लता तुल्यया विश्वोन्मादन हृदय गात्रलतया विद्योतिता शान्तरा त्वत्पादाम्बुजसौरभैककुतुका लक्ष्मी स्वयं लक्ष्यते Vismayaniya divya vibhavam tatte padam dehi me. Nana divya vadhu janairabhivrita vidyullata tulyaya Vishwonmadana hridya gatralataya vidyotita shantara Tvatpadambuja saurabhaika kutuka lakshmi swayam lakshyate Yasmin vismayaniya divya vibhavan tatte padam dehi me. So here is a prayer here. Tat padam te padam me dehi. It's a beautiful verse. We'll elaborate in next class. Tat padam, tat te padam me dehi. Guruvarappa, that abode of yours, okay, that state of, that swarupam of yours, me dehi mahyam dehi. Please do give me that abode of yours, that swarupam of yours. Please do bless me with your swarupam. Tat te padam me dehi. That form of yours, please bless me with that form of yours. Tat te padam me dehi is the prayer. Which padam? Bhagavan Bhattacharya says, Vaikuntham, okay, in which he says, yes, let me tell you, Yasmin Vismayaniya Vibhavam. Vismayaniya Vibhavam. I wanted to know this. Vismayati, okay, Vismayati, Smayati smiles. Vismayati wonders. Vismayaniya means what? Astonishing. Astonishing is Vismayaniya. Vismayaniya means, here we take it as highly astonishing. Divya Vibhavam. See, Vibhavam again means all forms of wealth, all forms of divine wealth. Vismayaniya Divya Vibhavam. Yasmin Tat te padam me dehi. Varapa, please do bless me with that abode of yours, wherein, yes, where all forms of wealth abide. All forms of wealth in their entirety abide. Yes, okay, highly astonishing, all forms of wealth abide. Please bless me with that abode of yours, wherein all forms of wealth astonishingly abide. Yasmin Vismayaniya Divya Vibhavam Tat Padam Te Me Dehi. Then he says, Nana Divya Vadhu Janaihi Abhivrita Vidyutlata Tulyaya Vishwonmadana Hridyagatralataya Vidyotita Shantara Tvat Padambuja Saurabaika Lakshmi Swayam Lakshate. See, Vaikunta, the whole Vaikunta has the Lakshmi in its entirety. See, the prosperity in its entirety, wealth in its entirety is personified as Lakshmi Devi. Okay, who is Lakshmi? Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi Devi is a personification of all forms of wealth in their entirety. And that Lakshmi Devi is shining where? In Bhagavan's abode. And may you bless me with that abode of yours, wherein the wealth in its highly astonishing, all forms of entity abides. That's the prayer. And who is Mahalakshmi? He is giving. Mahalakshmi resides there. Swayam Lakshmi hi Swayam Lakshyate. See, Mahalakshmi Devi is Mahalakshmi Devi herself is seen. Lakshyate means is understood. Mahalakshmi Devi in her entirety is understood, perceived, enjoyed, possessed, seen. Okay, Lakshmi hi swayam lakshyate. There is no absolute wealth of fullness, entirety of everything is inseparably in Bhagavan. Lakshmi hi swayam lakshyate in Vaikunta. So the Yasmin Gvarpa, your abode where Mahalakshmi Dehi swayam lakshyate. Mahalakshmi Devi herself is seen in her entirety of prosperity, abiding. There, may you bless me with that abode. And Kidrushi Mahalakshmi there is seen there as part of Bhagavan in Bhagavan's abode. Kidrushi Mahalakshmi hi lakshyate. Mahalakshmi is seen. Which sort of Mahalakshmi is seen there? He says, Nana Divya Vadhu Janehi Abhivrita. Mahalakshmi Devi who is surrounded. Abhivrita means surrounded. Avrita Abhivrita. Mahalakshmi Devi who is surrounded by, Vadhu means a woman, maid. Vadhu means even a Vadhu Varaha. Vadhu means even a newly getting, the girl who's getting newly, the married girl. Kanya is also called Vadhu. The girl is about to get married is called Vadhu. The boy is called Varaha, Vadhu Varaha. Here Vadhu Janaha means women, celestial women. Divya means what? Nana, not one. So Nana Divya Vadhu Janehi Abhivrita Mahalakshmihi. Or Gurvarapa Mahalakshmi Devi, who is surrounded and served by various divine celestial women. Nana Divya Vadhujanehi Abhivrita Mahalakshmihi. Well, adjective number 1. Second, see, Abhivrita is a past passive participle. You can understand. Mahalakshmi Devi, who is surrounded and served by various divine celestial women, celestial maiden. That Vidyullata Tulyaya Vishwanmadana Hridyagatra Lataya. Mahalakshmi Devi is endowed with the what? Endowed with the Lata. Gatra means body. And like Mahalakshmi Devi, who's endowed with the slender, slim, creeper-like body, which is attracting, which are attractive of the whole world. Vishwa Unmadanam. See, Unmadayati is the verb. Vishwam Unmadayati. Mahalakshmiyaha Gatram Vishwam Unmadayati. Mahalakshmi's body causes the enchants and attracts the entire world, deludes the entire world. Unmadayati makes the world go crazy, mad. Little meaning are there, but here we take it as the highly enchants and captures the minds. Therefore, Mahalakshmiyaha Gatram means body of Mahalakshmi Devi, means form. Mahalakshmi Devi's form, Unmadayati. Okay, it really enchants the entire world, attracting all the minds. We would say it is like a creeper. Therefore, Vishwa Unmadanam means enchanting. Hridyam means capable of attractive. Gatralata, Vishwa Unmadana Gatralata means she whose form is slender like creeper, thereby which attracts the entire world, which attracts the entire world by which is enchanting and attracts the entire world. That's the word meaning. Vishwonmadana Hridyagatra Lata. So now you understand, not only that, Vidyul Lata Tulyaya. And who Vidyul Lata? Vidyut means lightning. Vidyut means electricity. Vidyut also means lightning. And Tulya means similar. Vidyul Lata Tulya. So Mahalakshmi Devi, who is similar, who is like the, who is shining like the lightning, who has the glow of lightning. Vidyul Lata Tulya. Thereby, who enchants and attracts the entire world with her slender form. Such Mahalakshmi, it's all in passive voice sentence. Tvatpada ambuja saurabhaika kutukat. Saurabham means fragrance. Saurabhaika kutukat. She's attracted towards, Devi is attracted towards the fragrance of Bhagavan's feet. Tvatpada ambuja saurabhaika kutuka. Devi who is attracted towards the fragrance of lotus feet of Bhagavan. So Mahalakshmi Devi, who is attracted and attached to the fragrance of Bhagavan's lotus feet, and who Vidyotita Asha, I have listed one adjective there. Vidyotita Ashantara. See, Vidyotayati, again. Vidyot, I want to know, so much I had to say here. So much of grammar comes. See, Dyotate, Vidyotate, Vidyotayati illumines. Asha means not desire. Asha is another word for direction. Asha means direction. Vidyotita Ashantara. She who illumines the intermediary, all quarters in the intermediary quarters. Okay. Vidyotita Ashantara means all directions. She who illumines all directions by her enchanting, attractive, slender, creeper-like form, which is shining like a lightning. And that who is attached to the fragrance of Bhagavan's lotus feet. And Hach Mahalakshmi is seen herself in the Vaikunta. Thereby what happens? Vaikuntham is endowed with the high, astonishing, all forms of riches in the entirety. Nama Mahalakshmi is there, abides in Vaikuntham. Guruvarappa, may you bless me with that such a form of yours. This last verse I'll explain again next class. Okay? I need to do, I only told literal meaning today. I'll put them together next class, Wednesday. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayana 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 Narayana. Om Arta Vishanna Shitilascha Bhitaha Ghoreshu Cha Vyadishu Vartamanaha Sankitya Narayana Shabdamatram Vimukta Dukkha Sukhino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendriyaiva Buddhyatmana Va Prakrite Sabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayana Eti Samarpayami. Krishna Arpanamastu. Om.